French President Emmanuel Macron said on Wednesday that we are in a confrontation with Russia, as leaders from around Europe met in Copenhagen for two summits focused on security, defense, and the war in Ukraine, following a spate of drone incidents at Danish airports and military bases over the last week. We are in a confrontation with Russia, which for several years has been a very aggressive player in our information space, said Macron. According to Associated Press, Denmark's defense ministry said that a precision radar system has been set up at Copenhagen Airport to help keep watch. Unidentified drones forced the closure of the airfield a week ago, causing major disruptions to air traffic. France, Germany, the Netherlands, Sweden, and the UK have also sent aircraft, ships, and air defense systems. Ukraine's armed forces have dispatched a mission to Denmark for joint exercises, sharing its experience on combating Russian drones. Several Russian drones flew into Poland's airspace on September 10. NATO aircraft were scrambled, and some of the drones were shot down. It was the first direct encounter between NATO and Moscow since Russia launched its war on Ukraine on February 24, 2022. The incident jolted leaders across Europe, raising questions about how prepared the alliance is against Russia. Days later, NATO jets escorted 3 Russian warplanes out of Estonia's airspace. The European response must be operational, meaning that there can be no weaknesses. I think it needs to be reiterated that anyone who violates European airspace is liable to reprisals because that is our right, and we will enforce European airspace and continue to equip ourselves, said Macron. Russia is the focus of a meeting of European Union leaders on Wednesday, notably how to prepare Europe to fend against any future Russian aggression by 2030, especially as the United States turns its focus on security concerns in Asia and elsewhere. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky is due to address the EU leaders by video link.
Il y a eu des fautes très importantes qui ont été commises par cet équipage, qui justifie d'ailleurs que la procédure soit judiciarisée aujourd'hui, puisque vous avez vu qu'il y a une communication de la justice. En tout cas, les équipes d'intervention ont agi en temps et en heure, mais ça manifeste la présence et la réalité d'un phénomène qu'on décrit, qu'on dénonce depuis longtemps, qui fait partie des sanctions que nous prenons. C'est la lutte contre ces fameuses flottes fantômes, qui représentent des dizaines de milliards d'euros pour le budget de la Russie, qui finance, selon nos évaluations collectives, 40% de l'effort de guerre russe. Et on a entre 600 et 1000 bateaux qui circulent comme ça et qui permettent aux hydrocarbures russes de cheminer, y compris quand ils sont interdits. Donc je pense que c'est une bonne chose que ce travail ait été fait et qu'on ait pu l'interrompre. La réponse européenne doit être opérationnelle, c'est-à-dire qu'il faut n'avoir aucune faiblesse. Je pense qu'il faut redire que toute personne qui viole l'espace aérien européen est susceptible d'avoir des représailles parce que c'est notre droit et nous ferons respecter l'espace aérien européen, et c'est de continuer de nous équiper. Tout ça, ce qui s'est passé ces dernières semaines en Pologne, en Roumanie, en Estonie, et également, même si elles ne sont pas aujourd'hui attribuées, les incursions de drones au Danemark, montrent que nous avons besoin de systèmes de préalerte très efficaces et de coopérer entre nous pour protéger notre espace commun. Et tout ça est très cohérent avec les équipements que nous sommes en train de déployer et les systèmes que nous sommes en train de prévoir. En tout cas, nous sommes dans une confrontation avec la Russie, qui depuis plusieurs années est un acteur très agressif dans notre espace informationnel, on l'a vu, dans le cadre des élections comme ailleurs, qui multiplie les attaques cyber, qui évidemment a lancé une guerre d'agression en Ukraine, qui utilise la menace nucléaire et qui aujourd'hui, on le voit bien, provoque dans des espaces aériens. Tout ça est un ensemble hybride qui est dans le champ de la confrontation.
The Ukrainian Armed Forces launched a Neptune cruise missile strike at the Elektrodetal plant in Karachev, Bryansk Oblast, Defense Express recalls. The General Staff reported the use of 4 missiles, and the Ukrainian Navy clarified their type. According to the main intelligence directorate, Elektrodetal supplied connectors and components used in the Russian aerospace industry, including in the Chimera FPV drone. The interesting point is the following. The 67th GRAU Arsenal, also known as the 1046th Logistics Center, is also located in Karachev, but the strike hit the plant, not the ammunition depot. Defense Express recalls that the arsenal had previously been hit by strikes. On November the 19th, 2024, it was hit by American ATACMS missiles, causing a series of secondary explosions and detonations. Judging by the aftermath, the depot was less fully stocked than other GRAU arsenals. Now, the choice of target provides strategic information. It shows that the enemy has either significantly reduced the use of this arsenal or has stopped using it altogether. Otherwise, it would have been chosen as the primary target. Experts also believe that the target on Elektrodetal used a standard ground attack modification of the Neptune, rather than the long-range variant with a 1,000-kilometer range. Karachev is located approximately 120 kilometers from the Ukrainian border, within range of standard systems. Overall, strikes against industrial suppliers of weapons components are a logical continuation of Kiev's strategy of pushing back against the Russian rear. Previously, the SBU and special services used FP-1 drones to strike other arsenals, such as the 107th in Toropets, which also demonstrates the diversity of Ukrainian weapons. Against the backdrop of these strikes, various international circles, including at the highest levels in Washington, are discussing the possibility of supplying Ukraine with Tomahawk cruise missiles and using excess US LRF launchers for them. This could significantly expand the arsenal for precision strikes against important targets within the Russian Federation. At the same time, let us recall that there are currently more substantial discussions about the possibility of strengthening Ukraine with Tomahawk cruise missiles, especially since the US has extra long-range fires launchers for them. But right now the US has conditionally redundant Tomahawk launchers. The fact is that just a month ago, the US Marine Corps decided to abandon the LRF long-range fires Tomahawk launchers. The reason for the abandonment is their poor cross-country ability on soft ground, which is critical for the Marines who were supposed to land the long-range fires on the beach.